Assalamualaikum and greetings to Dr. Ahmad Fazul Hawari and Dr. Aifa Muhammad Ali. My name is Nur Nadira binti Yusaimi. I am representing my team called Iridium Certus to start this project presentation known as Morse code communication. We have 9 sub-contents in this presentation. So firstly, we have team members and roles, we have detailed project, we have objectives, we have expected outcomes, we have equipment and materials, flowchart, problems encountered, improvement, and lastly, conclusion. Now, I would like to introduce to you all of our team members and their roles. Firstly, we have Alif Imran bin Zamri as our project leader, and then we have Nur Shahira binti Johari as our researcher, and our analyst is Nurin Saleha binti Mas Johan. My name is Nur Nadira binti Yusaimi and I'm the lead programmer and integrator. Next, we have Abu Amir Muzakir bin Abu Bakar as project designer. And lastly, we have Muhammad Hafizuddin bin Muhammad Zulkifli as our programmer.
Assalamualaikum and good day. My name is Nur Shahira binti Johari. I'm going to present about the details of this project. Morse code is a way of communication to pass information which is done by representing original letters such as alphabets and numbers to combinations of dots and dashes. It is useful to prevent miscommunications or spelling mistakes, especially when people from different countries with different accent and pronunciation. If any of you have watched Stranger Things series from Netflix or any spy movies, you might know about Morse code. The Morse code is named after Samuel Morse, who invented the Morse code for the electrical telegraphy. He developed the initial facets for the code bears his name. The original American Morse code invented by Samuel Morse is hardly in use today. However, the International Morse code is still used by the US Navy, amateur radio operators who form the International Morse Code Preservation Society, and the aviators who still communicate abbreviated identifiers via Morse code. This is the International Morse code and have been used for decades. For the transmitter, user will be able to insert the Morse code using the push button. If there are any correction needed, the user can push the reset button to enter the new Morse code. Morse code that have been translated will be transmitted to another Arduino. For the receiver, user will receive translated Morse code in text and can be seen in the serial monitor and LCD.
The objective of this project is first to develop a Morse code generator using Arduino, and the second one is to establish a communication system between two Arduino. Next, we move to the expected outcome. From this project, the user will be able to send the Morse code by using the push button. User can reset the Morse code using a reset button if a correction is needed. The translated Morse code will be transmitted to another Arduino. And then for another Arduino, the user will receive translated Morse code in text and can be seen in serial monitor and LCD. User also can push the reset button to reset the LCD.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Muhammad Hafizuddin bin Muhammad Zulkifli, matrix number 144335. So for my part, I will explain about the material and the equipment that we use in our project and also the flowchart of our project. So here is the equipment and the material that we use in our project. For the equipment, we use Arduino software and also a laptop. For the material, we use 2 Arduino Nano, 1 LCD 1602, 3 push button switch, 5 resistor 330 ohm, 3 small breadboard, 1 buzzer active, And also we use more than 10 male-to-male jumper wire. And the last one is 433 MHz transmitter and receiver. Okay, moving on to the flowchart. So here is the flowchart of our project. The first one, we start with the Arduino software. Then, user need to input the Morse code with the dot or dash line using push button. After that, user need to decide whether to push the reset button or not. If the user decide to push the reset button, then the program will start over from the beginning, where the user need to input the new Morse code using push button. But if the user decide to not to push the reset button, then the Morse code will be translated and transmitted to another Arduino. After that, user will receive the translated Morse code in text, where it will be printed out on the LCD. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Abu Amri Muzaki bin Abu Bakar, and I'm gonna talk and explain about the problems encountered in this project. The problems encountered in this project identifies two, which is the component faulty and the human error. For the component faulty, apparently during the project LCD is not working properly. Therefore, it appears to be able to only turn off and on. So, to solve this problem, we replace it with a new one. As for the human error, some of the component is not properly connected to the breadboard, which is cause of non-functioning or an error to be occurred. To solve this problem, all the components are double-checked and made sure connected properly to the breadboard before proceeding to the next part. For the next problems, we also have identified it and divided into two, which is limited resources and unstable output, which makes a total of 4 problems encountered. For the limited resources, the problem is that the available resources only consist of the basic codes, which is for the Morse code and the LCD display program. So for the unstable output, for the Morse code output, we identify that we are unable to display correct codes due to incorrect bytes entered. So for the next part, I will explain about the improvement for the previous problem. For the improvement of limited resources, we allocated an extra time and research to finalize the right program script. As for the unstable output, the expected bytes will be entered. For example, 6 bytes equals to 6 Morse code. If the current users input more or less than fixed byte values, any kind of number, a reset button is available.
Hi, my name is Alif. For the conclusion part, there are still many ways people can learn Morse code and practice using it, even online. In emergency situations, it can be the only mode of communications that will get through. Beyond that, there is an art to Morse code, a rhythmic musical fluidity to the sound. Sending and receiving it can have a soothing or meditative feeling too, as the person focuses on the flow of individual characters, words, and sentences. Overall, sometimes the simplest tool is all that is needed to accomplish the task. Last but not least, to achieve our objectives and expected outcomes, this project will be demonstrated by our team member, Nadira. Don't forget to watch it. See ya and thank you. That's all from us, Iridium Certus.